आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव। Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
मेरे भारत के कंठहार तुझको शत शत वंदन बिहार.
In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter and first Chief Minister of Bihar, Shri Krishna Sinha, who died on the 31st of January 1961. He underwent many terms of imprisonment for a total of about 8 years during the independence movement. He was known as Bihar Kesari, and along with Dr. Rajendra Prasad and Anugrah Narayan Sinha, Shri Krishna Sinha is regarded amongst the architects of modern Bihar.
Shri Krishna Sinha was born on 21st of October 1887 in Sheikhpura district of Bihar. He studied law and started practicing in Munger in 1915. Under the influence of Mahatma Gandhi, he gave up his law practice in 1921 to take part in the non-cooperation movement. In 1930, he played an important role in the Namak Satyagraha at Gadpura. He was also involved in relief and rehabilitation after the 1934 Nepal-Bihar earthquake. In 1935, he became a member of the Central Assembly.
On the 20th of July 1937, he became the Premier of Bihar province when Congress came into power. He and his colleague Anugrah Narayan Sinha disagreed with the governor on the issue of release of political prisoners and resigned. The then governor had to accede to the demands for the release of prisoners from cellular jail, and Bihar Tenancy Act was reformed in favour of peasants. They then resumed office, but they again resigned in 1939, as did all Congress chief ministers, over the question of involving India in the Second World War without the consent of the Indian people.
Impressed by his courage, in 1940, Gandhi described him as the first Satyagrahi of Bihar. When the Quit India movement started in 1942, he was arrested on 10th of August. He was released in 1944 from Hazaribagh jail after he became seriously ill.
Shri Krishna Sinha was a member of the Constituent Assembly of India. He was a staunch opponent of caste system. He led the entry of so-called lower castes into the Baidyanath Dham temple, Deoghar, which reflected his commitment towards the upliftment and social empowerment of the oppressed sections of the society. Except for the period of World War II, Shri Krishna Sinha served as the Chief Minister of Bihar from the time of the first Congress ministry in 1937 until his death in 1961. AIR salutes the great nationalist.
We also remember freedom fighter Minjur Bhaktavatsalam, who died on 31st of January 1987. He actively participated in the freedom movement from an early age and was imprisoned during the Salt Satyagraha and the Quit India movement.
Bhaktavatsalam was born on the 9th of October 1897 in the Madras Presidency. He joined the Indian independence movement as a student. Later, he joined the Indian National Congress and became a member of the Madras Provincial Congress Committee in 1922. Bhaktavatsalam started the daily newspaper titled India. He was injured during the Salt Satyagraha at Vedaranyam. He was arrested in 1932 for conducting India's Independence Day celebrations and spent 6 months in jail.
Bhaktavatsalam entered the Madras Assembly successfully after winning the Tiruvallur seat in the 1937 election. However, he resigned along with the other office holders of the Indian National Congress on declaration of Second World War. He participated in the Quit India movement agitations and was jailed by the British. On his release in 1944, he was elected to the Constituent Assembly of India.
After independence, Bhaktavatsalam won the Shri Perumbadur seat in 1957 and entered the assembly when he was appointed the Home Minister. Minjur Bhaktavatsalam also served as the Chief Minister of Madras Presidency from 1963 to 1967. We salute the great nationalist.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.